Okay, so the next program here I'm going to show you is, let's assume you want to use the printf statement, but you want to left justify the output because as we know from the previous video, Java right justify the output by default. It turned out it's really very simple to do. What you need to do in the formatting code here, as you see on line 13, for example, what you do, you insert the minus sign in the front of the number that you have for the code. For example, here instead of typing 5D, I type minus 5D. And what this means is that take the integer num, format that to 5 digits or 5 spaces or 5 columns, but start from the leftmost column. So if I look at my output here, you see 763 started in column 1, 2, 3, then left 2 spaces to the right of it. And that's what we mean by left justification. And now if I take the x here, which is a floating point number there, it left the space over here. And why it is 1 space? Because if you count, we have 7 here. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and left a space there. And finally, for Java program it printed that. I think it's 13 character. It left for me 2 spaces here. And again, that is left justification. By the way, this space here is because of the X number and not because Java program right justify. It's left justify and left the spaces there. Asterisk there, this is just, it will print them as is. And that will go for the rest of them. So all I did is just inserted the -9 in the front of the formatting code, and it will left justify that for you. You could mix and match if you want, by the way. You could have, for example, here a minus, and you could take the minus out there. What I mean by that, this one will be left justify, but num will be right justify. It really depends how your output you want to show the user. A common mistake people do that I want to show you here is putting the minus sign before the formatting code. What I mean by that, like there. So if I move the minus sign from there and I take the minus sign in front of or after the percent sign, what will happen in this case? It will think about the minus just like any other character that you have between the code, and it will print it that for you. So let me show you the output. And if I go up here, and here you go. If you see here minus, it's printed for me. Then the 5D is going to match with num, and it's going to right justify it. So I got 763 and left the 2 spaces there. And all of a sudden, this one left without any spaces here because num has been right justified. Okay, so you have to be careful, and the minus sign has to be immediately after the percent, which is the starting of the code. So if I go here, take that out, and put the minus sign there, and run the program, and all of a sudden it will work perfectly, as you see here. Okay, that's really all you need to know about the printf statement. It's a very powerful statement that you could use to format your output. By the way, I should mention to you, I use these numbers directly there, but you could use any variable in your program, calculated for example, or if you ask the user for them, you still could use the printf statement to format these numbers. And I will see you in the next lesson.